everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about new releases. I'm really excited to get into it with you guys. Go over what is going on with all of these releases because let's just say it's bronzer season for sure. So if you can't find a good bronzer, they have released so many and we'll be talking about all of those today. If you are new here, I am a former hairdresser turned beauty blogger and we talk about all things beauty on this channel. We do dupes videos, we do try on, we do hauls, we do all sorts of fun stuff. So if that's the kind of content you're looking for, please go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's go. So all of the products that we're going to be talking about today are on Trend Mood's Instagram page. Let me tell you when I say that some of these I've already bought, and some of them I'm thinking about buying, and some of them I'm hard passing on because I'm just not in the market. Quite honestly, there's so many releases and I usually only do this once a month. I know that honestly we could probably do this once a week because there's so many releases. It's ridiculous, but I just don't have the bandwidth to do that. So I usually do it about once a month. I think the bronzer that kicked off this whole season was from Charlotte Tilbury, and she released 4 cream bronzers. The lightest one is the one that I picked up. I'm waiting for it to come in the mail, and that one has more of a cooler undertone. It is not so warm. The other 3 are much more warm and I feel like have more of an orange to red undertone. I'll put it here so that you can see what I'm talking about. Actually, you know what? I'll just move over. Scoosh. Scoochy, scoochy. I feel like you guys are really, really close to my face. It's like, can you see my pores? Probably. Anyways, okay, so let me just go and put this right here for you. These bronzers look beautiful. I think it's the first product that was released bronzer wise for this season. Also, I think that this is the first cream bronzer she has released, and it looks gorgeous. I love the swirl in the pan. It does give you more of a powder vibe, but it is a cream product. So yeah, I went ahead and picked it up for $55. Why? I have so many that I have in these drawers and I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know why I'm buying these things. I just did a declutter as well, and quite honestly, like, I have a little room, so might as well buy it, right? I did pick up that. Also, let's see here. Okay, so 2 days ago, M Cosmetics released their bronzers, and they are powder bronzers. So they are available now. They are $36 each, and of course I picked one up because they text me and it said it releasing a new product. So I looked and I was like, well, yeah, gonna do it. And the fact that I got a free brush. It's like a $48 brush. So yeah, I'm gonna buy it. And they have Slip, Silhouette, Sensual, and Sultry. It looks like these ones are infused with ingredients of some sort. It just says skin loving ingredients, so I'm assuming it's got like vitamin E, vitamin B, whatever in it. The one from Charlotte Tilbury does have hyaluronic acid. Surprise, surprise, because everything nowadays has hyaluronic acid, but these ones retail for $36 and I did pick this one up. So the next bronzer that was released was from Rose Inc. And Rose Inc. Captain Toilet Seat. So bad. Okay. I'm gonna be serious now. I'm an adult. They released some highlighters. It was 5 different highlighters and 4 bronzers. These ones are definitely more warm undertone, a little bit more of the orange is kind of the feeling that I'm getting from these, so I'm gonna pass. Not because of the component, even though the component looks like it's a commode seat, but I'm really finicky about the texture, and I do have one of their blushes. If you saw in my Sephora haul and my try-on, I used that blush, but it feels kind of like velvety on top, and then you work your way into it and it's more of a cream base, but it doesn't really dry down, so it's kind of weird and I wasn't really having it. So I don't know. I like the color of the blush, don't get me wrong, but the texture is a little weird, so I have a feeling that the bronzer is going to be like that because it is a cream bronzer. So I'm going to pass on that, especially because it doesn't look like those would be flattering on my skin tone, especially because I am so red. So e.l.f. released a putty a putty blush, not a blush, what is wrong with me? A putty primer with vitamin C in it. And I have not tried their primers before. I do have a sample size that I haven't cracked into yet, but I don't know. I didn't like their putty bronzers. I don't mind the texture so much. It is just Tan Lines, which is the one that I picked up, is very warm on the undertone part of it, so I was kind of like not really interested in having more orangey and red undertones on my skin because it just does not flatter me. so I kind of put off by it. I would probably pick that up if I saw a couple reviews from some other YouTubers, but not really for me at the moment. So the next one is from Trixie Cosmetics. They're releasing some brushes, some lip tints or lip balms, and a bronzer, and there's 4 different shades because apparently that's all that anybody comes out with, is only 4 shades. I don't think everyone is going to fit within those 4 shades, but who am I to say anything? Their bronzers have 2 matte bronzer shades and a highlight shade all in one compact. I don't like that at all. I want everybody to have their own component and their own like little tray. Undone Beauty does the same thing and it drives me nuts because everything gets all muddy and just gross and everything cross contaminates. I really like them to have their own components, so I'm not a huge fan of that. Their balms, it looks like they're in like a squeezy tube. If I want a balm, I want it in a balm form. This is the e.l.f. Hydro Core Lip Shine. I like this one because of the fact that it comes in a tube. I know that Makeup by Mario makes something very similar, and the Maracuja stick from Tarte, I mean, everyone makes them. Those are my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of this kind of component. I'm sure that the balm inside is probably pretty good, but I'm just not really interested in that component, so I'll be skipping on those. And then let's see here, Makeup by Mario released 6 different cream bronzers and then 5 different setting powders that are bronzer setting powders, which look really interesting. I think that the cream bronzers are more of a balm texture, so they could be used underneath makeup or on top of makeup or to contour or whatever. And they seem to be a little less warm than the setting powders. They look a little glittery. They're not really on the satin side. I feel like they're more on the kind of glittery side, even though they're supposed to be a sheen. Something, again, I would want to go into store and swatch before I would buy it, but these do look really pretty. They're a little bit different, and I like the fact that there are 2 separate components. The only other one I can link or tie this one to, very similar to Patrick Ta, with the cream component in its one little case with the little flappy doohickey, if you guys know what I'm talking about, and then the powder on the bottom. It looks like it would be that consistency or that texture just in 2 separate components. It's interesting. Also, let's see here, Spectrum Collection and Disney are collaborating a Tinkerbell themed collection. It looks like there is 6-piece brush set. There is a mini glow mist, and it looks like it is in peaches and cream. There is a sponge duo and then a makeup bag. This is something that's really cute, and if you're into Tinkerbell, would be wonderful for you. But I'm not really one of those Disney adults. I'm not really interested in it, and I'm probably going to be passing just because it's not up my alley. I'm not very whimsical like that, so if you guys like Disney, this is probably wonderful for you. So I know that she hasn't really had her own moment, so it's kind of cool that they're spotlighting her by herself. NARS has now released Laguna cream bronzers. Like we need anything more from Laguna. Anyways, so they are Laguna 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and then they have different undertones to them. The lightest one looks more neutral. If I was in the market for a cream bronzer, which I have bought in so many, I probably will pass on this, but it is available now, and it looks like it does retail for $38. All the information for all the products we talked about today will be in the description box, and the pricing. Also, ColourPop released the Resting Bitch Face collection. The Resting Beach Face collection. This palette is huge, and I'm not really interested in having a giant palette. I'm trying to get rid of most of my larger palettes because of the fact that I never use them. And I feel very overwhelmed when I open them because, I mean, there's so many things that you can do, yes, but at the same time, it's so overwhelming and you're like, ah, can't do it. So I probably will pass on the palette. Even though the colors are really pretty, I like the lime green kind of touch that they have there, but a lot of these matte shades look very, very similar to each other. I don't think there's a whole lot of deviation there. And then let's see here. These are glossy. Oh, glassy, so glassy. I feel like my lifter glosses from Maybelline are very, very similar to this, same kind of pigment, things like that. I don't think that these are plumping either. Didn't they just release a rodeo collection too? It's like every week they release something new. It's crazy. Oh, and 6 matte bronzers. They released 6 matte bronzers too. What in the world? Okay. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be passing on this collection. I mean, if you're in the market for some lip gloss or a big palette or bronzers, it looks like the bronzers, they don't really give you much here, but they're more neutral. But the other end of it, the more deep the colors go, they get a little bit more red from what I'm looking at here. I don't know, I'm just not really impressed by that. I'm kind of happy with the 2 purchases I made, which is from M Cosmetics and Charlotte Tilbury. I will go swatch the Makeup by Mario and maybe the NARS, but I don't think that I'll be picking those up. I'm gonna kind of stick with what I have. I have a lot of bronzers and a lot of contour powders and things like that that I am really enjoying since the Sephora sale, so I probably will not be picking those up. That is pretty much it. It is bronzer season. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. If you are interested in more videos like this, please go ahead and give it a big like and subscribe. And that lets me know that that's what you want to see. I usually do these about once a month, but we can do it more frequently if that's something that you guys are interested in. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.